not technically. I'll be on a weekend.
You're working on the weekend?
Yeah. Well, just keeping an eye on things over the weekend.
That's the song, isn't it?
Just as a point of escalation, if anything, kicks off. What?
Okay. Major John Lewis.
My fringe is really bugging me. Look, this is not a fringe anymore.
That's not fringe anymore.
You're so loud in my ears.
Sorry.
Just turn that down.
Don't know what to do with it.
Have audio recording equipment.
Oh, he's in. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Nat and Nat too. So lazy. You'll have to give me a demo, Jack, on how I change my name.
You have to. Oh my god, I've got Minnie Mouse walking
You
down the
change
street.
it before you log in. So when you log in, when you put the number in, you change your name in the box underneath. I think Jack's the only one that can do it now because he.
Oh.
I have the power.
Okay, I'll do that.
Dave, how we doing? He's not. Oh, he's
I
on.
thought I need a hat.
Can I ask a question?
How are you guys coping without a hairdresser?
Since this,
Well,
you get your wife to do it.
Yeah.
It's a hard life.
Feral.
Since this COVID stuff, right? The world's gone freaking mad. I've just seen Minnie Mouse walk past my door. What's going on?
Well, they're all out of work at Disneyland, aren't they?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Everyone's become a runner.
Everyone's become a runner. Everyone's become a walker. Everyone's become a cross-dresser. Everyone
become a
cross-dresser.
Dancing.
That's for your house, Jack.
That's what you do in your own time.
Jack's like, yes, it's normal. I can do it and blend in.
I can finally leave the house in a skirt. Emily, bring your wardrobe.
She doesn't need to use her wardrobe, mate. Got me home.
I saw a guy the other day, I don't know if I told you this, in like chino shorts, an actual short sleeve dress shirt with buttons and some kind of trainers running. So clearly has never run before because doesn't even have running kit, but just decided, I'm going to run now, so...
Why not?
Good look.
I've seen a lot of people running.
A lot of people have never ran before.
Well done. Finally, once a brand. You can wave now, you can see them. I hear a female voice.
John's getting help because he has no clue what to do on Zoom.
I noticed guys are starting to wear hats.
He's rocking the feeler hat as well. That's proper retro.
That's it. Cheers.
He'll be pulling out the kappa suit in a minute.
I'm just going to get my Spartan hat.
I'm just not going to do my hair.
See everybody.
Look at that.
Nah, you should. Oh.
It's bad hairdo.
Well, look at my fringe. I've cousin it now.
I was going to say. Oh, I like that. I saw that. Knocko.
So how is everybody coping in rough conditions? All good?
Living the dream.
You are.
Living the dream.
You've been.
I am living the home office and child rearing. This is how my life is.
That's a
and I'm talking to like customers, and he's like, "The iPad's broke."
Do you want to? What? Who have we got here?
Look, man's name.
Don't go shy now. You're never shy. Right, he's called Gregor.
Gregor.
Gregor, are you going to interview everyone?
Very quietly.
But I still said it. I said.
What's going on? What can I help with?
The TV's gone black.
Oh no, the TV's gone black. Give me 2 minutes.
I know I can't play 2 point hospital.
That means we can't see you.
Wait, keep it like that. Does it look like there's a hand coming out of my dad's?
He's hired. He's our new co-host.
Yeah, they'll have the podcast.
There's one coming out of mine too.
Hey Gregor, I saw you guys on the home Spartan race the other day.
Oh,
who said that?
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was me.
Was that you doing the home Spartan race?
Yeah,
that was us.
Wait, we did the home
Spartan. We did the Spartan race in the house.
Doing the Project Austin thing.
No, we did that as well. But when I put like the
I'm coming to live with you guys.
Got it all going on.
Your house sounds so fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
We're going to do a mini hurricane heat.
You were so fast.
Anyway, I'll come fix the TV.
I thought the obstacle.
Gregor, you stay here. Gregor, come and take your dad's away.
Cool. How's everyone else? All good?
Good.
Hey.
Gregor, ask a question. Ask everyone a question. What would you like to know?
That's dangerous.
I don't know. Nothing really.
I like seeing Gregor hasn't had a haircut and all.
Oh.
I am loving the quiff, dude. That's awesome. How old are you, Gregor?
Like 7.
You're 7. Oh, so you're a definite Spartan already then.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like my mum, can't stop saying it. My mum says like in every sentence. Not every sentence.
That's a Scottish thing, isn't it?
And my dad always takes things literal when I can't. Literal when you like to read.
Is he one of these people that says literally when it's not literally really?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd kill for an ice cream, and he's like, no, I mean, I'd kill to go to the waterfront in Greenock, and he's like, don't kill anyone, please.
You don't need to be literal. Right, next.
I wasn't literal. No, literal means you like.
Yeah, we know you. Figure it out.
What's
Even
the
brilliant.
no, what's the actual when that's not literal?
Figure it out.
Yeah,
No,
I
literally.
don't know.
and it's not literal because literal's when you like books and stuff. What's the actual?
No, that's literate.
Or is that when you like to read books?
Yeah,
No,
literal.
you're literate. It means you can read.
That's what Jack is. Jack is illiterate.
No, waiter, okay?
Jesus, I go away for 2 minutes and you take a mickey out of me already.
This is
Yeah.
better
Try and wait till you
than
come back.
what's
But you
that
could...
Anti-Deck thing, Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
What?
He's brilliant. Keep him on, Graham.
You want him back rather than me?
Yeah. You can watch.
We'll
Everyone
get
else
him
said the
his
same
own
thing.
channel.
I love the way he's like, I'd kill for an ice cream. No, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, kids, eh? Oh, Jose, you just missed the best
Jose.
bit.
I have
Look at
someone
that
saying
face.
it's rather me.
Ian
back,
can't
he's
hear
back.
us.
Messi.
Ian,
Hey,
can
Gregor,
you hear us?
Yeah. I'm fine.
we've got Ian Hoesk on the line, if he can hear us.
No.
Ian Hoesk
He can.
is one of the professional Spartan racers.
He can
over
hear
the US.
you from the bloody United States of America.
Yeah, we can all hear you without a mic.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Natasha.
Gregor, what do you want to ask him? Ask him anything.
Ask him how he's so fast.
Ask him
Why
what
is it
breakfast he had.
fast? Just my dad told me to ask you that.
Because you're rubbish at it. You never ask questions. You get shy.
Yeah, I'm rubbish at asking questions.
No, you're not.
And I'm good at getting rubbish at asking questions.
Ask him if he likes garlic.
Eat garlic.
Oh, why do I eat garlic?
Why?
Garlic's good on bread.
Garlic bread.
I actually had
Yeah.
garlic bread the other day.
I like garlic
So,
bread.
like in the bread.
You know,
Eden, nothing can beat your dinner the other day. What am I on about? Venison
Hey
burgers.
Josh, hey Josh,
I don't know.
Oh
what
my
you're
God,
on
Josh.
about.
Hey!
Josh, where's Matt B?
More people joining.
I am not Matt B. Davis's keeper. I can't tell you where the hell he is.
You Batman to Matt B's Robin.
That's
That's the accurate description. Yeah.
We've got the
I
next
turned the TV
podcast
off.
legend on in the middle here.
I turned the TV off and I'm not leaving.
He's muted him.
I don't think all these people came on expecting a 7. I mean, this isn't the RM podcast where there's kids on all the time.
Is this like
Oh,
night? No.
harsh but true, Josh.
This is way better than any of our
Me
podcasts. I'm
and my
not
dad,
gonna lie.
that's 10. So, wait.
Ian,
Gregor,
how's the
don't worry
US
about the
at the
telly.
moment?
Just turn the telly off and on, because if you called IT, that's all they tell you to do anyway. Ask Josh.
Jack, there's
Turn
just
it
I
off
was
and on.
going to go in hospital.
Yeah, just unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Plug it back in.
my mum actually says it's a good for adults.
So what?
Impossible. It's just to go in hospital.
You're talking too quickly and squeaky for people to hear you properly.
Exactly. You sound like a good runner.
Not all
It's
the-
quickly.
Yeah, all
He is
some
a
of these
good
people
runner.
are American and can't understand you.
Ian's like,
How?
I can understand you
on?
guys.
How?
The English
How
can't
can
even
you
understand
me.
me?
Right, is the question, how is Ian such a good runner?
Yes.
What?
Listen.
How?
We haven't got to the bottom of it yet.
I run a lot.
What have I not got to the bottom of?
Listen, you need to listen.
Okay.
Why Ian's such a fast runner? Do you reckon you could beat him in the home Spartan race, Gregor? I reckon so.
Yeah.
Dude, those
wait,
fitness
who?
challenges.
Me too. No, never.
Oh, he's got faith in you, Ian.
Oh, I don't know. I am not good at those random fitness challenge things. It's like, do push-ups. I'm really bad at
No.
push-ups.
how
I'm
many
not being
push-ups
funny.
did you get in?
I haven't even tried yet.
I'm
I
not
was
like
gonna try
the
it
flying
today.
Good.
spots, man. I go.
If
The
I
world's
get over
gone
40,
mad.
I'll be happy.
Do you not think the world's gone mad? Suddenly it's like we still even okay, can all of you still go outside and do one form of exercise a day, or is anyone completely
Oh yeah.
right? Everyone can go outside. Why has normal training gone out the window? Let's just do 1,000 burpees and blimmin' virtual races right, left and centre. Screw the normal training program.
It's because no one has anything to train for. Like if there was actual stuff to train for, that
And
would
we got
change
so
it.
much free time. No one's working.
Am I
Everyone's a
the person
professional
actually
athlete now.
sticking to my program?
Yes. You're all alone, Nat. You're going to peak for
Right, you lot wear yourself out doing 1 million burpees and split lunges and rubbish around your house. You crack on.
Oh, just around my living room. It's not that big.
Everyone's going to have killer thighs by the end of it anyway.
Yeah.
I'd never have killer thighs no matter how hard I tried.
Quads like odds.
Does everybody find that there's more people running everywhere when you go running?
Yes,
Okay.
it's annoying.
Yeah,
It's like Boris said, you have to exercise once a day. 'Cause everyone's running up and down the road, but I don't think they know they have an option.
I know people that I've seen them literally not leave their house all weekend, and now suddenly, because they've been told you're only allowed out once, they are making the most of it and they're going out for their
Yeah.
So we don't have a one limit thing. You can just go out and exercise as much as you want. And
Jeremy.
we're not locked down as hard as you guys. Like some of our local businesses are still open. So
Mhm.
today it was a big adventure. I went and got donuts. And I left the house.
Oh.
Did you
And they're
wash
like-
them, disinfect them first?
No, I trust Seth. He knows the donuts I like. I trust him.
He knows my.
Yeah,
Oh,
but no, we can still go out. I don't know about you, Josh, but we have we're pretty strict, but not as strict as the UK.
Ian, Josh, which part of the US are you guys in? Are you in the similar part or you're in different parts?
No way. Ian's in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know where Josh is.
Snowy mountains. It always looks snowy there.
Yeah, I like you guys keep saying running. All I can do is run gravel roads, which is super boring. So I
Oh, the
don't.
hard life.
It's tough.
yeah.
The hard life.
what's it?
All those trails.
No, we don't have trails open yet. It's covered in snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the
Oh, wow.
summer we'll get trails, but right now it's just snow everywhere.
Oh, that's not good. I went out on the trails this morning early at like 6:15. Usually no one. I thought I'm going to do hill reps, and freaking kept seeing people. I'm like, you're in the way of my freaking rep, people.
Yeah. I mean, this may be the most fit the world's ever been after this coronavirus.
This is true.
Do we think
Everyone's
they'll
gonna
keep
come
it up?
God, no one's going to continue this at all. As soon as they go back to work, they're going to get really tired and realize that working out takes energy.
But to be fair, their diets look pretty poor. Like just pasta and rice all the way through.
Yeah.
And toilet
I mean,
roll.
What's
you look
wrong
at the
with rice?
Chinese, and they lived on that for millennia.
They started this.
We're very PC here.
Donald Trump said that. I'm just
we are
quoting
never
Trump.
PC with
Yeah,
Jack
we're just-
here. We need like a rating whenever Jack's on the podcast.
Just a mute button on him.
You're so far away, Jack. We can't see your pretty face.
He's got his mic out and anything.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to sing.
This is what coffee hour is all about, man. This is just like pour a coffee and relax. Although last week, I think I drank too much coffee in a very short space of time. I actually stood up and said to Emily, I think I need to go sit down. I think I've drunk far too much coffee. And I actually didn't know what that felt like, but like a full cafetiere in an hour and 15 minutes is not a clever idea.
Did you have heart palpitations?
Oh, Jesus. I was going to go for a run, but I put it off for a couple of hours because I just did not feel clever at all.
Wait, so why are you guys drinking coffee at 5:30 at night?
Because it doesn't do anything to me.
Because initially, well, yeah, it doesn't. But initially, this was all going to be like a daytime thing, and it was going to be called coffee hour. Then we realised you Americans couldn't get involved, so we're like, we'll move it later on. So really, it should be turned into wine hour. So this should be like wine or gin hour, really.
That's what I thought. Okay, I was going to open a bottle of wine.
But we can.
If it was wine hour, Ryan Woods would be here like that.
Bring me more wine.
Bring me my wine.
And you think it's about to get PC? I think it's about to get even more PC with who's just joined in.
Oh, Chambers.
What are you saying?
This kid, call him out early doors. Who wears a beanie inside?
You took the pressure off me, mate. Don't worry.
Fuck you guys.
He delivers.
Gregor,
Tell
go
me
to
where
bed.
you are.
Boys, it's only because you're the second best OCR podcast in the world.
Oh, I'll take that.
Got him already. Got him. Straight
I always
up.
get told off by these boys for promoting other podcasts.
Well, you should definitely listen to the new Rise and Grind podcast with Ryan Atkins on. Just saying.
Oh, we've had Atkins on, don't worry. We've had Atkins. Been and
I'm
gone.
not going to lie. I'm loving the running public. Sorry, guys. I am. And I'm actually like disappointed they haven't put one up yet today.
I have to say, I quite enjoy the running public, but every time Kurt DeWitt talks, he just makes me laugh because his voice is so girly. It's hilarious.
Is it?
Harsh.
In a nice way. I like his voice, but
Poor
He got
Kurt.
published in the New York Times.
Yeah, he was on TV.
he was.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
he on The Bachelor?
Oh, yeah.
That
He
was
was
like
also
years ago.
He's a heartbreaker.
He's a heartbreaker.
Oh, Ian, before I forget, we have done, what is it like? Not Dream Team. What's the football thing where you pick?
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
Fantasy football.
We haven't.
It's
Natasha.
changed. It's changed. Keep your
What?
mouth shut. Shush. No, no, no. No, don't say anything.
I have no idea what's happening.
They don't fill me in on these things.
Yeah, sorry. We should have filled you in. Keep your mouth shut.
Normally
message
we
you
forget,
after,
Natasha,
Ian.
so we don't like to say things.
You what?
iPad 6. Is that your mum, Jack?
It is my mum. And she
We found
specifically
out
said,
who iPad 6 is.
and she specifically said, "Can you not say people because I don't want to get called out?" So well done, Luke.
Oh, is this where we were going? Where are the other 5 iPads?
Yeah, basically, it's my mum.
What happened to iPad 1 to 5?
I never did find
Got
out.
a lot of Zoom meetings happening right now.
She has.
6
Yeah.
simultaneous
Got
Zoom meetings.
6 on the go. That girl can multitask.
Can we move on from my mother, please? Thank you.
She's messaging him now. Jack, I hate you.
Your mum's a ledge. I met her. I can't believe the first time I met her was the stadium. Stadium?
Stadium.
That's the first race she's ever been to.
I just remember her running through the concrete. Natasha! I was like, who is this woman? She was like, get upstairs. Okay.
Very forward of her.
Oh, somebody's chatting. Josh, what is Molly doing?
Josh's wife said she's hosting a virtual class, and I don't know what that meant. And then I remembered she's a teacher, so that means she's actually hosting class.
Oh.
Which can you show us what that is and put sound on? I'm yelling again, apparently.
She really
No,
was
you're
just recording. They do like she does recorded voice and stuff to the students. So she does like, today class we're going to learn about such and such. So I have to be quiet when she does that.
What was such and such today? Coronavirus?
They are learning how to be meteorologists today. Is that?
What?
She's not happy with
Is that
that.
weather today?
Weather people.
How old are these kids?
How old are these kids?
3.
3.
Middle schoolers. So that's is that called primary school in England? They're 7th grade.
And they're learning meteorology.
Stuff.
Yeah, they're learning about weather.
What happens to
right.
like firemen and
In the
This is
UK,
a
we
cloud.
learned about 1 + 1, and we were lucky.
I remember there was different types of clouds, but I wouldn't be able to name. I honestly, if I had a kid right now, that poor thing would not stand a chance if I had to school it.
Fluffy cloud, less fluffy cloud, no cloud. Rainy cloud.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's basically the UK. Although it's sunny now, to be fair.
That's a
I don't know,
really
the
good
weather's been
idea.
pretty good over here lately. Yeah, we got some.
Yeah.
Say
Weather's
again.
been picked up. The weather's been absolutely perfect lately.
Yeah, that's because we've all been shut in.
It's a good time to be off though.
Next week.
I'm not off. I'm just working at home.
To be
So-
fair, I am wearing the short shorts for my runs, and I have got a tan line already starting to come through, which I'm quite impressed with.
What?
That's self-tan.
You're also being reported to the police by any chance with those short shorts.
Say again, Graham. Sorry.
I'm in full holiday mode. I'm not going to lie.
Full holiday mode.
Which is what? Sangria?
Doing
Just chill.
sod
No,
off.
not that kind of holiday mode. Just not going to work holiday mode.
We're all in that one.
That makes sense.
Have you
Yeah,
had to
some
ask?
of
us don't have to work.
Have you
Yeah,
asked?
some of us have to
Some
work.
people are still working. Sorry.
Yeah, still
Let's,
working.
now let's rub it in. Have you had to ask what day it is yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I'm working.
About
Hello.
3 times.
Snow is not showing up.
I
for,
think
like,
I think
ever.
Ian's getting in trouble for shouting.
No. I just looked at the weather, and it previously was snow every single day, and now it shows partly cloudy and less snow, which is like the most amazing thing ever.
But when I was
You might be able
talking,
to run soon.
but Ian, isn't it like when I was talking to Ian and Nicole the other day, they were saying that they had so much snow one day and he's shoveling it off the balcony, but
So that's
by
Colorado.
the next day
That's
it's like gone.
Colorado.
Is it not the
No.
same there?
This is Jack,
No.
Ian.
I
USA
understand.
is USA.
I know. So we live at similar places, but Colorado weather is like heavy snowstorm and then like super sunny and hot. Ours is like heavy snowstorm, heavy snowstorm, heavy snowstorm, heavy snowstorm, kind of warm, sunshine, heavy snowstorm. Then it's spring and everything turns to mud.
Why did you choose to live there?
I love skiing, and summer's not
Oh.
crazy hot. And like when we do have trails, I have probably 600 miles of trails, 50
Wow.
minutes from my house.
Okay.
There's a reason why he wins the mountain series.
Yeah, I just
He's
go
a
run
mountain
around
goat.
the hills all the time.
What sort of skiing are you into, Ian?
I do everything. I do cross-country skiing. I do alpine skiing. I do backcountry skiing. I do ski mountaineering.
Right, you're making me jealous. Shut up. Someone else.
I do ski.
Backcountry skiing.
This is why he's such a good runner.
I would love a life of just like, oh, what ski should I put on today? Oh, let's put on the backcountry skis.
I don't know what skis. Let's see what skis we have in the
Jack,
front.
what skis did you...
I've got
yeah.
backcountry skis. Yeah, proper.
You get
Oh,
MTV cribs of Ian Hoesek's house.
But I ski in places like Chamonix and
No,
Don't
the
go to
ones
the
where you were
fridge.
just skiing through Ipswich with the dog.
Oh, look at those.
oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
that's
country
what
skis.
The
Oh.
wheel, ones with the wheels on.
That's a quarter of the skis I own.
For the non-audio listeners, basically Ian could set up a ski rental shop.
Pretty much.
But I'm just going to correct you there, Natasha. This is a live video, so people can see.
So
I also
And you
said
think I'd
non-audio
think.
listeners, which makes absolutely no sense. I just realised.
non-listener listeners, Tasha is very blonde. This
It's been a
happens.
long week.
It's been a long. It's only
It is Friday, right?
Are you sure you know what day it
It's
is?
Friday.
Yeah,
Is it?
Friday.
I did have to ask that earlier. It's Friday.
But,
Yeah.
Ian, my coffee has gone, so I am thinking now wine.
I was gonna get some wine too. I
My
didn't
coffee
say I
is gone, but I
shouldn't
don't drink, so...
What?
My coffee was tiny. It was
We
gone on the
went
first
what?
sip.
Jesus, what
Cash,
is
you don't
that?
drink
Espresso.
It's
alcohol?
a serious espresso.
Yeah,
So you're jumping off the walls in a minute, yeah?
John's going.
I'm kicking in.
Who the fuck doesn't drink alcohol? What's the matter?
Me! I don't. I never
I
have.
haven't had no.
It takes
I
3
don't drink.
shots.
Well, I mean, at least there's somebody's the designated driver when everyone's pissed, I guess.
That when we were younger, yes, I was always the designated driver.
Jack, I'm opening this right now, so if you want to join me.
I'll join you.
Hey!
What's he got?
11 o'clock in the morning.
It is 11 o'clock in the morning.
Ian, have you done
Yeah.
your
Like
training
somewhere in the world,
today?
though.
Hold on, guys. Spartan Pro right there.
Friday's
Right
my
there.
off
What's
day.
he
It's red
opening?
wine. That's good for you, right?
Oh, did I only drink? What? I stopped yelling.
He stopped yelling and got the alcohol. His wife just told him off for the alcohol. Brilliant.
Ian, have you
Tell me
trained
what to do.
today?
No, I might do push-ups later.
Make sure you release him at the bottom.
You can do this hand release push-ups.
I might try the Spartan challenge.
Yeah.
Do it.
Don't be jumping on the craze, man. Don't do it. You
No,
know,
don't do it. No
Don't
silly
do
women
it.
challenges.
They pay me money, so
You've got to do it.
Do it.
You've got to do push-ups.
John, why have you just pulled out a little knife and you started cutting up paper?
Oh, I'm drawing.
He's being creative.
He's just there like slowly. Oh yeah, go for
He's
it.
drawing pictures.
He's doing origami.
I've got 2 months off work. I've got to subsidise my fucking pay somehow. So I'm fucking drawing and painting. So
Doing origami to sell.
are you making money?
no, I fucking wish.
Money.
Scottish Picasso. You're just going to cut off one ear with that knife.
Yeah. It's actually
Top
Van
five on
Gogh.
air,
Thank
please.
you very
I'm
much.
sorry.
Use the right fucking reference.
Jack,
Yeah.
your poor mum is still trying to connect.
No, she's doing that on purpose, so we can't talk to her.
Aww.
She's not connecting her audio, so.
But
so
we
she-
can chat.
Yeah, we can
So
talk to her, but you won't get a response.
Listening to everything we're talking about.
So she's basically like in the old days when you only had home phones and your mum's listening into your phone call.
Yeah. My mother is my biggest critic. Like, if I go to her house for a coffee pre-COVID virus, she'll always sit me down and go, Jack, can we talk about that podcast you did the other day? I don't think you should have said this, and I don't think you should have said that. And I'm always like,
We all say that.
too late now. Too late. It's already out there.
We're fishing for a funny Jack story.
A funny Jack story.
Yes.
Yeah,
Message
Jack,
your
tell
mum.
us
Come
the
on,
story.
Mummy Carpenter.
Come on.
I don't
Oh,
think
I
I
thought
have
she
a
was
funny
jumping
Jack
in then.
story.
I bet she has a funny Jack story. I bet she's got plenty.
I know one, but that's definitely not coming out on this podcast.
Get Emily over
Come
here.
on. We're all friends here. Nothing's getting recorded.
This is an open forum.
Not what it
Jack.
says on the
It says
top
recording
top
already.
right.
Yeah, nothing's getting.
Very
How do you sit
positive
out?
it says recording.
I know
Ignore
record.
the
I'm
red
recording
flashing
all of
light.
I'm just gonna go get some wine and dodge this question.
Oh.
Or you can tell us after.
Don't worry, we'll wait for you to have a glass and you'll just blurt it out yourself.
Jack's mom, can you tell us this story?
Come on, Jack's mum. I bet she's.
She's not going to pipe in. Oh, I've
No,
messaged her.
come on, you must have one.
Not any real funny ones. He's just special, isn't he? But nothing like nothing from like a funny childhood kind of thing where he fell over or something. I'm sure there'll
I
be
think
one.
he
Though.
did plenty of that. And he lost that connection from this to this.
Are you talking about me again?
Well, he is drinking red wine out of a stemmed glass.
God, I need to get some wine now.
I was expecting a pint glass there, Jake.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really a drinker, and I'm a bit of a lightweight, so I'm a bit worried if I drink too much, what I would say on this podcast. So yeah.
Make no difference.
Oh! Down it, down it, down it.
John, we don't. He
like
doesn't
to
need
drink
to be
with
drunk
Jack,
to say
Jack
bad
is our
things.
friend. Let's go.
Jack, do you want to go
straw out.
shot for shot, and we can dish out some shitty hot takes the drunker we get?
Drinking game. Whoop, whoop.
I like this
Stop
idea.
playing. I am
Josh,
never-
are you in East Coast time? I think you. So
Yes.
So what
Oh,
time
no.
is it there, Josh?
Oh,
it's
baby.
one, it's 1
Josh is
o'clock.
on the
That's
baby.
afternoon.
It's 1 o'clock.
Oh, you're fine then.
1 o'clock Friday is fine.
Come on then. I
Yeah.
don't know any drinking games. So who's got
I mean,
one?
time is irrelevant at this point for drinking in coronavirus.
Yeah.
Time, days, hours,
Hey.
who cares?
That's not
I
true,
did
Stacey?
see the best thing yesterday. It was like, nobody can smell tequila on your breath when it's an a web call.
Who was it? said-
That's
oh,
true. I wonder how many people are actually at work but absolutely pissed.
Oh, come on.
A lot of
Like,
people.
All of the mothers trying to work and homeschool. They're all
Yeah.
pissed.
oh, man, I tell you what, I work in a school, and the amount
whoa.
of people, well, I don't work in a school currently, but anyway, different story. But the amount of people that I know who've just gone, there is some parents who are going to realise we weren't fucking bullshitting right now.
Respect the
Yeah.
teachers.
We can ask Graham that one. Graham?
Yeah.
How's it like having your child there 24/7, 7 doors a week?
7 doors.
It's not too bad. You can entertain them with iPad, Netflix. It's just when you have to make
Great
that important
parenting.
call and they just
Stick 'em
come
in
and
front of a TV.
interrupt. Oh no, it was last week. Just I tied him to the radiator in the bathroom, gave him snack bar,
Gave him a bit of food,
drink. He's in next to the toilet. He's got everything he needs.
I did say to somebody at work today, she was like, "Oh my, I can't cope."
I've got photographic evidence. Well, what else did you need?
Quickly talking about Zoom calls. Did you see the boss that turned himself into a potato?
What?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
couldn't turn it off.
Okay, so if I give you schoolwork as well, you're good.
Whoa.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
So there was a Zoom call in like an office meeting, and the guy who was the boss of the meeting was playing on his Zoom, and he turned himself into a potato, and he couldn't turn back, so he just his mouth and his eyes on this potato head. He was just like for the whole meeting.
I did see the naked one where the guy tried to jump on a call and he was half naked and he didn't realise his camera was on, which was quite funny.
Oh no!
There's quite a lot of those. There was one.
Jack, are you talking about yourself there?
Oh, yeah, I might have been. Mate, I don't care. I'd get naked. I don't give a shit.
Oh no, he's already had one glass of wine. Don't tempt him.
It's only a sip.
This is not strip games,
No.
whatever.
Which is really odd. Which is really odd because I won't race without a shirt on. But if you told me to get naked, I probably would. But I won't race without a shirt on.
No. We'll make
Why
it clear
don't-
now. No one is telling you that, Jack.
Why do you always wear a shirt?
Because it's England.
We're not American. It's cold. It's windy.
Yeah, Ian. Why do Americans? Well, I know there's a couple of you that don't. Why do they go shirtless?
I mean, I go depending on the weather. Like I'll wear clothes if the weather calls for it. But it's you can stay cool better, and it's extra weight if it gets wet.
Fair.
Valid points.
We tend to get wet in UK, so
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
There's no tend to. You
Hold on,
get fucking wet.
Well, we were very lucky last year. Very lucky last year.
I know.
Yeah,
In the Edinburgh Ultra in 2017, a friend of mine did it, and he says there was all these Americans in the front line, topless, who went out hard. They all got hypothermia and got pulled.
Yep.
I just literally
I remember that.
yesterday put up a picture on my Instagram and I was stood next to one of them.
17.
Where was that? Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Is that when they did the ultra there? Is that when Tristan C pulled out as well?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was the last one at
Just get that in
Edinburgh.
I got pulled halfway because my lips were going blue and I was told I wasn't allowed to carry on.
That was the year that Johnny Lunalima and Cole Schwartz won
Oh, and the Beast.
in the Beast.
It was a good
That was in
course.
July.
Edinburgh was fun.
Mud pit definitely gave a lot of people the shits that year.
Oh.
No, what was the dunk wall thing right at the beginning where it was 2 planks and they made us dunk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gross.
It was
that
brutal.
was disgusting.
That was also the race that I learned. Those bands that you put round for your timing chip and stuff, do not do them too tight. Because I did, and when you get the pump, my hand just kept spinning and flooding. I had to get a
All right,
marker.
Arnold. Hold on, I'm changing the name. I'm changing the name to Arnold. I can't spell Schwarzenegger.
The pump.
I do get the pump. I've got bigger guns than you.
Nice.
Oh, harsh but true.
It's funny explaining OCR terms to non-OCR people. So I was working nights over the weekend, and by the last one, I was just dying and was describing it to a colleague as basically I was bonking because it felt like I was in a race and run out of energy. And they were like, what's going on?
What's bonking?
English?
So yeah, the pump and bonking is definitely, you don't know.
Okay, let's go around the Zoom windows. Let's do your first ever, and this is dangerous. Your first ever remembering of actually bonking in a race. Like when you go and actually went, oh shit, I've got this horribly wrong. Do you remember that first time?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Like death race.
My first time I took part in an ultra 45 miles and was like, this is fucking easy. It's like 7-10 Ks. Got through the first marathon and went, absolutely Right, went from a nice solid hour for a boshing out hour 10Ks, and then suddenly just went, and now I'm gonna run 2 hours for 1:10 fucking K.
So you're walking.
There was a lot of walking. Yeah.
But look where you are now, though, John.
Yeah. There.
Mine was my first marathon when I only took nutrition at mile 14 when I felt I needed it rather than earlier.
No, just mile 14.
Yeah.
Should have started, and then the next year I started at mile 3 just to make sure.
Oh,
It worked.
fair
Mine will have to be when I was training for the Ironman. I remember I hadn't done a 100-mile bike ride, and the lads took me out on a 100-mile bike ride, and there's nothing worse than bonking on a bike ride when you're about 70 miles from home. You know what I mean? Like, just like, and you don't want to get back on the bike because that's the worst thing in the world. You can't walk. I remember sitting in a petrol station with jelly babies for about 3 hours.
Oh my God.
Trying to get sugar back in. Then I was fine. I was like, all of a sudden it was like a switch and bang, I was gone again. But yeah, that was a horrible situation.
Was that half or a full Ironman?
Full Ironman, yeah. You cheeky
Nice.
fucker. I've actually got the top on. Hold on, which way's the camera?
Have you also got the obligatory tattoo as well?
Yeah.
He does.
Somewhere.
Oh. Whoa, where's this going?
Hang on, where is it?
Oh yeah, we can
You
see
can't
that.
see that shit, can you? No. I'm not as tattooed as you, though, John.
That was
I'm
really
so
clear.
bad from your leg.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever bonked in an OCR race. Has anyone?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
About 500 metres into an elite race at South.
500 meters.
Hi! That's not bonky, but that's just realising.
That's called hitting the red.
That's called a sniper.
I love it though. Everybody in every race, I don't know if it's just the UK, sets off, even if it's a big east or anything, sets off like it's a freaking 400-meter sprint and then dies, slows down. Why?
Because everyone's fucking idiots. That's why.
Yeah, this is why.
To be fair, the last.
I mean, this sport.
To be fair, Windsor. Do you remember Ashley? I can't think of his surname. Help me out here. Yeah, Ashley Major got at the front with us, didn't he? And he sprinted off the line. He was like, "Come on!" And we all looked at each other like, "Is he being serious?" And then he got to the first corner, stopped, and went, "Yeah, that's me done. Thank you very much, lads."
Who stacked it on that fence? Did we ever find out?
Oh, what!
We don't know who it was, but that was funny.
What a footage that was! Yeah. Ian, you must have guys join, especially in your realms that the OCR. You guys aren't to be messed with. I mean, you must get guys that come and like trying to get near you and get in the front line, and then try and keep with you on the first mile. Do you normally happen or not really?
Sometimes see it on the live video, Jack.
It's rare. Like usually we're just running even the shorter races we're running so fast they can't even keep up, even if they go out as sprints. Like they're not that fast.
Yeah.
I mean sometimes we do like longer races. We'll get people who go out hot and then just die, which is really funny. I always enjoy that just for the photos.
Watching the footage back on the YouTube, there's a lot of guys in America that get chipped bad, don't they?
Oh yeah, I mean the girls are really fast.
No, that shouldn't even be in the elite wave. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with the new stuff this year, the elite heats are really small.
Gated heats.
Yeah, with the gated heats, it's a lot smaller, which is great. But in terms of like real chicking, like they actually 15 minutes back and pass. Sometimes that happens, but in terms of times, a lot of guys get chicked by like the top women.
Yeah.
Because looking back at the footage, it almost looks like a problem, doesn't it? I mean, you get like 20 odd people just getting chicked by.
Well, they should just start.
Some of those women ain't joke.
Nicole America and Lizzie.
Yeah, I get that.
But it happens even in the UK, let alone with Nicole America.
Natasha came like 7th, was it, or 6th in one of the beasts last year?
Yeah, and 4th in a sprint.
Outrageously brutalised all the guys.
Do you think yourself actually catching up with the elite guys, though? Do you make that much of a difference?
Yeah. And I have to say most of them are really good because we get a lot of obviously single tracks. So it is quite annoying having to, when you're trying to breathe, shout on your left or on your right, and they get, then everyone just gets it wrong when you're in race brain, don't you? You go on the left and they move left and you end up like, ah! But most of them are really good. But I have to admit, I have had a few blokes purposely stay in your way because they don't want you to overtake. And it's
What
like,
do you do in
dude,
that situation?
we're halfway through the race. I'm going to overtake you. Like, I'm being polite about it.
The term, what you say is you go on your left, bitch.
I'll never ever forget.
No. That you spank their ass as you go past. That's what you do.
On your left, bitch.
Whack.
Great ass.
At the stadion, so we were on the same path, and I couldn't change lanes because you've got the seats either side, and I could see this guy. I was catching him up, so I was like, "Excuse me," because he could have just stepped on, to the side. There's no other guys around, so he's not racing someone. And I literally said, "Excuse me, please, excuse me," and he like proper gave me some dirty words as I went past. He was not happy about it, and I was like, dude, I can't, come on.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Tash.
Sounds like shit.
I just went, I was nice about it.
God damn it, Natasha.
By the way, I'm so gutted that we're not going to be able to do, any racing this year, but the stadion this year because it's the same time as Abu Dhabi. Is it Greece or Abu Dhabi?
Greece, yeah.
Greece.
No, it's Abu Dhabi.
In December. Same time as the World Champs.
No, it's the same time as the World Champs.
Yeah,
Are you guys coming over for OCR Worlds?
Yeah.
If it happens.
No. I've got one.
I won't be there.
Traveling.
It's the longest off season ever, boys. Come on.
Yeah, you can show up ready to go. I mean, I think we'll start racing again in August.
We've got one in July. So what they've done with Aussie, and they haven't cancelled the races, they've moved them. So we've basically now got a really condensed season.
Right, every weekend.
Yeah, but that's if it actually happens. Like you could get pushed back.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the Queen. We've got the Queen doing a special announcement on Sunday, so that's going to be something big, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Oh, have we?
Saying
Yeah.
you guys are flattening the curve.
I did not know this.
It's
It's
just
not even Christmas.
today.
Is she doing it just to Spartans?
yeah, just the Spartans. Spartans.
She's like, me and Joe have spoken, and end of the season. Burpees for all.
You guys been watching
I'm not sure about Luke's
She's going to do 30 Christmas burpees in her next Christmas speech.
She's doing
Lift your hands
30.
up.
She's doing 30 for time. One.
I'm quite worried how good
Floor,
your.
no rep, Queenie.
I'm quite worried how good your accent is, Luke.
That is very good, actually.
Hey, well, we all know the Queen. All friends. Oh dear. How is Corona life in America, Ian? Is it still crazy?
Corona life. I love how you give it a name.
Corona life.
It's not good. New York is not doing good at all.
York.
Really?
Shit, I saw the pictures of them having meat trucks as fucking morgue morgue vans on the street yesterday. Fucking
I saw that.
terrifying.
Yeah.
No, like honestly not.
It's like 420 people are dying a day.
Oh my god.
That was massive today, though. That was like 1,100 today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Biggest
I
day.
haven't heard. Also, everyone is unemployed.
Yeah, 3 million.
Yeah.
This week topped the world record, of all time, isn't it?
Last week, 2 weeks ago, 3.3 million people applied for unemployment. Last week, 6.6 million people applied, so that's 10 million.
Oh
and
my
then
god.
this week, we don't know. Like, yeah.
I have to admit, I've purposely not watched the news this week because last week it was really getting me down.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, I stopped watching quite a lot of it.
It's just a circle of the same stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, now they're recommending, so they recommend, or at least where I live, they're recommending masks and gloves now whenever you go out.
Yeah.
Goggles now.
I don't think goggles.
No. They're recommending goggles here now.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's your eyes.
We're sourcing face visors for our workers in store. Literally,
Wow.
it's like a proper.
Face shield.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have a full 1 week lockdown in the UK where they say you can't go out your garden at all.
No, it'll be 2 weeks. It'll probably be 2 weeks.
Oh no! I will literally.
I mean, you look at what Italy's gone down. They've got like a mate of mine's out there, and she has to do an online shop now to get her groceries.
Mm.
You know, and you're not allowed, if you get caught 400 meters away from your home, you're instantly fined. And there's no question about it.
Surely, if everybody abides by the new guidelines that we've got at the minute.
But that's your issue, Tasha. That's your issue. Not people aren't. You are.
Idiots.
Yeah, but it's not even that. You go to like Tesco's or something, you may not know you've got it. You're still going to get your one shop. You're still going for that one walk. If everybody's in for 2 weeks, then that stops all of that interaction.
I'll tell you, the easiest thing to do, everyone just train for ultras. You run by yourself. You see fucking no one. Problem solved. You know, that's what I do.
I went out today for 17 and saw one person. So I was happy.
Can do it, yeah.
I didn't see anybody today.
I will warn you guys, if that happens, I don't know what.
You're doing burpees.
You're going to have to do home WODS.
Absolutely mentally go insane. I won't break.
Just Zoom workouts. That's the way forward. Did my first one the other day. It was great.
This is life.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get an indoor bike turbo so I can fucking pedal on and get on Zwift.
I was talking to George the other day and saying that Concept 2 has sold all its UK stock.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot get a Concept 2 in the UK full stop.
No, rowers.
Maybe I should buy a treadmill.
Treadmill.
Yeah, good luck with that. Honestly,
you won't get one now.
You won't get anything.
Yeah.
I said to my guys, right, go get some rubber bands. They're brilliant for resistant training, what have you. Amazon completely sold out. Kettlebells completely sold out. Dumbbells completely sold out.
Did any of you go to the sports shops the day after they closed gyms? Like I went like a couple of days later to Decathlon, and literally it looked like it was being ram raided. There was a punching bag left. That is it. Everything else.
What's going to happen? Like
Everyone's
George said on our podcast.
I'm joking.
Like George said on our podcast last week, what's going to happen when it's all finished is so many people are going to be selling off so many cheap stuff because they have no idea what to do with it. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Like I brought this up when we were talking yesterday with the boys and saying, like, isn't it bizarre how there is a group of people out there who, up until 2 weeks ago, were quite happy sitting on the sofa doing fuck all 24 hours a day, drinking fucking beer, playing on their PlayStation, and
that wasn't me and Ian, was it?
Fitness, right? And then as soon as they get told you can't go out, they're just like, shit, I gotta go. Okay,
those are the people that were going to go shop in Sports Direct. That's what they actually want to stay open.
Yeah.
They're still going to come to their trainers.
This could actually be quite good for some gym pops' health.
Yeah.
Some people.
So.
I actually think there's going to be quite a few gyms that shut down after this because people. Well, no, it won't. We've got too many bloody gyms.
There's
independent
places.
Don't survive this.
You know. Oh, here's it. Right,
how's your Facebook and Instagram? Is it just full of home workouts? All the PTs, you know?
That and naked ladies, yeah.
I think he's got his hand up. I think he put his hand up first.
You can actually put your hand up, John. You can put your hand up on this.
Okay, what is people's opinions of PTs charging for home gym workouts?
Ooh.
Are they?
Yeah,
there are some. There's loads of people.
Yeah, they've got to make a living.
I understand, you know, people making a living from it, but also it's kind of a bit like
making
you're monopolizing a situation here.
Yeah, and I agree with you, John.
Okay, I get, you know, charging, you know, a couple of quid, but charging like 50 fucking 100 quids.
What?
Yeah,
that's what they charge. Yeah.
But it's got to be to Jack, though, isn't it? Jack, yours are free, aren't they?
Yeah.
My ones, yeah.
In all reality,
that's what I mean. Like, you've got people charging a severe amount, and then you've got people offering free. So what do you guys think? You know.
Okay, so like I would.
Wait, let Luke go. He's going. He's like that going.
Don't worry, Tash, you just jump in.
Sorry.
Use your hand. Put your hand up. Look, reactions, and put your hand up like this. Look.
As a consumer, I was going to say.
How do you do that?
You reactions in the bottom, and then you just click. You put your hand up. You want to talk? There we go.
That's cool.
Oh, you're all doing it now. Too many questions.
you turn it off again?
It goes off after a few seconds. Why is your hand really pale? You need to get in the sun, mate. Your hand's really pale.
Yeah, look, my head's
Luke.
bright red, but my hand's really pale.
So, Luke, what's your thoughts on it?
I think when you're looking at it, people can obviously make the choice. Why are people paying 50 quid for a program when there's so much free content right now? Everything. Spartan are putting out free content. Every massive fitness industry are putting out free content. Ironman are doing virtual races.
But this is your issue, Luke. No one gives a shit about that. What people want, and when people, let's take me for example, yeah? I could be the shittest PT in the world. People
You are.
Thank you. but this is what I get at. People will still pay me to scream in their faces. They're not paying, to a certain extent, for the structured plan. They're paying for someone to go, get on the floor and give me 20. They want motivation.
They want somebody to be atonable to, don't
100%. And that's all you're paying. And no, it's not, because Spartan aren't doing that. Spartan aren't going to ring John and say, why have you not done your push-ups today, John?
Yeah.
Why have you not done your burpees today?
I don't know.
Whereas I
and
would.
You know what? I have to actually agree with that, because I just got myself a running coach this last month. And
what?
my running...
Why did you not come to me, you bastard?
Because I fucking got better people, mate, you know? Come on, you got to get on the West Coast team. That's it.
Is he free?
So,
free?
But that
50 quid an hour.
And also having somebody to force you to be atonable to that person who's putting their time and effort, then you're like, fuck, I better go out and do that fucking run that I don't really want to do.
Stop swearing, there's a 7-year-old.
It's Graham's 7-year-old.
Can I just put a caveat in there? Just want to put a caveat there. I'm not a shit PT, just to clarify that.
You need to get in early.
Thank you.
Yeah, but then when you get down to having like a coach, then you need to actually pick a good coach.
Yeah. No,
and you don't pay 50 quid for a shit person. Then you put a bit of time and effort into looking for a good coach. Like, if you're going to spend that money, then you're going to find somebody. You're not just going to go, oh, he looks really good on TV.
But again, it also depends how much money you've got.
Yeah. It is one of those, isn't it?
Yeah. Then how personalised can an online thing get anyway? Because it's all specific to individuals anyway, isn't it?
Well, we've got the man online. We've got the man online here, Mr. Ian Hoesk, probably one of the best coaches. Let's ask the man himself.
I am the best running coach in OCR.
Oh,
I've heard. Look at Johnny last year.
That was drugs.
If Johnny was on drugs, he would win everything a lot more.
Yeah, a lot quicker.
So, Ian, how specific can you get doing coaching online to a specific person?
I mean, everything I do is specific, personalized. I don't have a single program that's the same. I am coming up with like a cookie cutter thing, which is just generic, but all the coaching I do is highly, highly, highly personalized to each individual, both heart rate and volume. And target workouts.
But you can't just cookie cutter. If you're doing like elite level, you can't cookie cutter it, can you?
No, not at all.
No, but he's saying he's doing individual, isn't he?
Yeah, so my business is individual, and then I am gonna be coming up with some more like generic programs for everyone. But even like high level age groupers would benefit from those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I, before we move on to pure running coaching, can I make a point? That as a consumer, I would rather go and pay someone like Jack and do a Zoom workout with him and his group, like a couple of quid, than just copy someone's workout that's free on Instagram.
Couple of quid undercutting him there.
But you know what I mean? Like, I think it is worth it to actually have a group to join in with and somebody there. I'm trying to help you out here, Jack.
No, I'm swearing at Luke for talking shit.
Yeah, I agree, because I joined in.
I'm being summoned. I gotta go.
North workout today.
Bye, John.
Bye to everybody.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to take this one up for bath time. So goodbye.
See you, John.
Hello to everybody.
For you or her?
She's gonna take me up for a bath. You're gonna say, "Yay!"
Lots of bubbles. Lots of bubbles.
Tell them to do burpees. You say do burpees.
Bath burpees.
And make sure you get daddy wet. When you get in the bath, splash daddy lots. Lots of splashing.
All over the
You do your
room.
aqua burpees.
Aqua burpees.
Burpees. Oh, she's got my phone. That's it. Game over.
Uh-oh. Face recognition.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Cheers, John.
See you, John.
Bye. Bye. How do you get out of this?
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that.
John's like, I can't get offline.
Do you want me to kick
You're
you out?
working better than me.
I can do it. Hold on. I can kick you out.
Oh,
Laters.
poor John.
I do that to Natasha all the time.
He does.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, we were saying Ian. So.
Well, I think Tash was saying stuff.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm done.
She's done. She's trying to.
I was just trying to big Jack up and say actually his group classes are really fun.
But and to be fair, Tash, a lot of my guys that text me afterwards and say, "Oh, we really enjoyed that." It's that community feel they have. Do you know what I mean? Like
That one we did last Friday, I never would have done that on my own. It was brutal.
That was
because
pretty
we were all there doing it together.
I'm glad that I actually broke Nicole on that workout as well.
It was harsh.
It was tough. Yeah. Out of interest, Ian, and just give me a ballpark figure. What do you actually charge for your personalised training?
Can't say that.
You can't do that.
I can ask that.
You can't do that. You can't ask that. Don't answer,
knowledge.
Ian.
It's public knowledge.
Just give it. Well,
It's on
shoot
my
up.
website.
Oh, okay.
His
I was going to
website.
say, everyone's going to tell you
It's $175 US
a month.
a month. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
which is
But-
not much for the level I coach at, which is
Is that like
Like,
130 quid?
yeah.
About that.
A lot of people in OCR don't understand like coaching prices. Like when you look in triathlon or like high level runners,
Oh.
that's really cheap.
Astronomical triathlon prices and top
Yeah.
coaches is hundreds.
Yeah,
But
and I mean, I could charge that. It just I would rather work with people who want to get better, and I'm not gonna like break their bank.
And
But
what
that's a
sort
lot of interest in a month, though, isn't it? That's a lot. That's a lot for $170, though. Really,
Yeah.
you're
I mean,
investing in someone for a month.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I usually like it's not mandated, but I recommend at least 3 months with me, because you're not. I mean, in a month you're gonna see some changes.
And
3
what-
months,
Hustle.
you see big gains.
And let's take your average person then, not your top elite. Let's take your sort of age grouper saying, right, okay, I want to move into that next level. What's their biggest gain? Like, what do you find that you do in your plans that gives them their biggest bang for their buck? Is it purely the running?
I'm only running. I'm a sole running.
Oh,
coach.
is that you don't do OCR stuff?
I don't do OCR stuff.
Oh,
I
okay.
do,
I didn't know that.
I do running specific strength training, which translates to OCR, but not upper body or grip. But I'll
Okay.
do like power generation and core essentially.
Mm.
However, I'm a sole running coach, but with most OCR, unless you get really specific, it is just endurance athletics. And the better runner you get, the better you're going to do, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you sort of
Johnny
stick to
Luna
this?
Lima.
Yeah. Do you sort of stick to this sort of 80-20 rule that's going on, or do you have your own sort of? Who do you sort of follow?
It's my own creation. It's highly geared towards like aerobic or endurance. That 80-20 is like a nice guideline.
Yeah.
Depending on the athlete, it'll shift to like plus or minus that, but not by much. But most of it is very that low end zone. Everyone's a zone 2 training because that's what they know, but I have my own heart rate zones I use and things like that.
Sure.
But yeah, it is primary that easy training. Oh, hello, adorable. She's adorable.
Oh, nice hair, dude.
She keeps nicking my bloody hair.
Oh yes.
I did it once on Instagram stories and everyone's copied it. Especially that baby.
It is her fault.
It is her fault.
She's gone for the double, though. She's gone for the double.
She has got double. Oh, man.
Ian,
Rocket
can
it.
I ask you a question?
Yes.
You can charge me, Venmo me afterwards. If like you had somebody who's racy, so our race season was quite nicely spread out, so we'd have like the supers and the sprints early and then everything going into championship season. What would your advice be for somebody where everything's all now mixed into one? So you got your beast, sprints, your supers all mixed in. Would you say if you're stronger at shorter distance, go for your best races in that and really focusing on that? Or would you say,
I mean,
or
it
vice
depends.
versa?
Until the races get less than around 5 minutes, the same people are going to win them. So anything over 5 minutes is still endurance athletics. And if you look, Ryan Atkins won the first race of the U.S. National Series Although no one sees Ryan Atkins as some guy who does sprints really well.
Apart from if you missed your spear in a sprint.
Oh yeah, I mean, but they made it better. It was only like a 30-second penalty for that race. It was a penalty loop, and it was a
loop,
run,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Take note, UK Spartan. Take note.
Oh man, I've heard nightmare stories about your guys' spear throws.
What?
But no, like you can still training for endurance athletics is going to be fairly similar across the board, even if it's a sprint. You'll probably want to do some more high-end speed work and neuromuscular training just to get that economy up, but you can still do everything. Like a sprint is still longer than a 5K road race, which is considered one of the long, like a mid to long distance.
Yeah.
So if you take that into consideration, it still is a longer race.
I was trying to explain to somebody that a beast is not like running a half marathon. It's actually a hell of a lot. It's more towards, I don't know, a 20-mile race in effort that you've got to put out personally, I think, than a half marathon.
Yeah. I mean, and it's also the terrain. Like they're going to be different because half marathons, you're getting like it's the road race running stuff, but when you get onto trails, it's less hard on the body, but the effort is going to be more overall because you're out there for longer.
Yeah.
Plus hills.
Plus hills.
Plus hills, yeah.
Like in the Dolomites, it was a half marathon distance, but it took like 3 hours.
Oh, I've heard that race is so fun.
Oh, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Not as fun as Morzine. If you want a challenge, Ian, go to Morzine.
That's brutal.
Hardest race ever.
I reckon that was because that was your first.
Oh, hold on. I just thought.
No.
Hold on. I just thought. You can bonk on an OCR race. It's called give me a fucking sandbag and a ridiculous hill and send me up that fucking thing after 13 miles. That's called bonking.
Yeah, I've heard about
Jack
that.
was sat down begging for water.
I was sat down begging for water.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd heard this horror story so many times from these boys. At Dolomites, I packed so much and I ate so much and I drunk loads.
But the difference is, and I say this to Luke all the time, I said at the end of the day, that was our first sort of championship race. And I think you're third, but I learned a lot from that. And then obviously the year after I went to Italy, it was like, have I got better? I clearly have got better because I found it so much easier. But my God, yeah, like that
perception as well.
But is it also not that you might not got better, but you've understood your body better?
100%, yes.
Which is the thing, like the first ultra I did, I was like, fuck, this is awful. Second ultra I went with, I was like, fuck, I actually know what food I'm going to have, when the right drinking times is, how to get through aid stations better, like it makes such a better knowledge experience in that way.
And this is why we have C races. Yeah, exactly. Because we need to fail to improve and yeah. And in that case, at Morzine, I remember it being like 43 degrees, which is like for us English, bearing in mind we were, like this, which is what Ian would call his back garden. We were dying. I must admit, I was so happy to finish that race.
How far was the vertical K?
About 12 mile in. And annoyingly, I remember turning to Luke going, Luke, we're doing really well. We're placed about 20th right now. We're doing really, really well. I'm looking at my watch going, we're going to finish in like the next 2 miles. We're doing so well. Oh, maybe not.
We're not doing well.
A sandbag, a chain, a sandbag. And what else was at the very end there? Something else ridiculous.
Wasn't there a double sandbag as well or something?
That was Greece was a double sandbag. That was horrible.
It was Greece.
But
Tahoe.
Wait, was that the year in Morzine when, like, I remember Steve telling me, like, you came down this fucking monster descent into a valley and it'd been pissing it down, and it was more like a fucking ski slope.
No, I think that was in the year 4. This was hot, man. This was hot. Although my greatest moment I think ever was this last year at Dolomites, running with John Alban, going, this is how you run downhill at 3-minute miles. And he slipped on his ass and went down this grass hill on his ass. But as cool as you like, makes it into a run and goes, see, that's how you do it. And me and Luke looked at each other like, fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Although he did come off the balance beam.
He did fall off the balance beam. But he
we both did it and we were there waiting like, come on, John.
Yeah.
My worst moment in that race was that cart horse obstacle, and the volunteer didn't understand English because I was trying to. I literally couldn't get it to move. It was so heavy, and I was trying to say, "Can I do burpees? Can I do burpees?" And he didn't know what I was saying, so I just had to slog it out and pull it inch by inch by inch. It took me about 10 minutes.
That's horrendous. That cause. I mean, Ian, you must know, being quite close to Johnny, like coming over. Do you not want to come over to Europe and do any European Spartans?
I'd rather do like other trail sky running stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah, I suppose. Because they always say, like, again, Johnny would say, like, the difference between running in, say, for instance, Chamonix or Mont Blanc, doing the UTMB, to, like, racing in a sky race in Tahoe, for instance, is completely different. Like, we just see it as the same, but actually, like, the terrain, the way you run is so different.
Oh, the UK, like, I did the Vermont 100K this summer, and like the difference in Ultra America, Ultra UK is fucking mental.
I'd much rather go and do it in America. Their trails are so nice.
Aid stations are like food.
Oh, it's a buffet. It's a buffet.
It's a buffet. Like
all you can eat.
Yeah, in the UK,
like,
it's
they'll
like
have frosted
peanut butter
cake,
sandwich.
And like
we've got
we get stale jelly babies.
Has anyone here ever done Beachy Head Marathon?
No.
Honestly, it's amazing. They have sausage rolls, fruitcake, and cups of tea that you can have to go up a really steep hill. Although it's the best aid stations of any race ever. If you want to go.
I'm pretty sure the first year we did Spartan UK, 2016, we had jelly babies, we had crisps, we had banana, and all of a sudden Spartan got tight, and now you just get water.
Just water, if you're lucky.
Not that I take it anyway, but I'm just saying.
You haven't got time.
All the European trifecta weekends I did last year, they had trays of like dried fruit and nuts and things like that. You could help yourself to.
Greece were good at that.
Yeah. I love the sound of something like Western States 100, and you can just go and be like, "Make me a quesadilla, please."
I'll
have a burger.
Toasties.
Or some pizza or some pancakes, please.
Literally, the last aid station I went to in Vermont had waffles freshly cooked with maple syrup available.
Oh my god.
It was amazing.
Like, I've only done one ultra, and they had something called, at mile 32, they had something called the Love Station, and it was giving out shots of alcohol, and that was it. And I was like, don't fucking drink! And this is...
Tell you what, 30 miles into my ultra, there was an aid station called, you came up this hill, and it was about 3 miles of just like shitty, like 5-degree gradient. So it wasn't like you were, like steep. It was just fucking forever. And every sign you'd see, 2 miles to Margaritaville, half a mile to Margaritaville. You're like, what the fuck is Margaritaville? Somebody's there handing out margaritas. Fucking amazing.
Things I would probably down it, thinking I'm thirsty, and then be drunk
after one.
By the way, Ian, welcome to John. This is the craziest man that probably lives in the UK.
Oh no, I know
crazy
bastards over there.
Oh yeah, John's one of them.
This is one of them. This guy is one of them.
I mean, he hasn't done or said anything that I thought was crazy. So I don't know what that says about me, but
you and Aaron are our favorite Americans.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll take that. That's a big win.
We fell in love with you at Tahoe.
Oh, I think you guys are awesome. I really do stuff.
So before stop. So before we move on, because we're getting for an hour and a half now, and I don't want to bore the shit out of the listeners, I want to know. And
still talking.
Sorry, yeah, this is true. So the wife says to me yesterday, she puts a jar on the table and says, write one thing you're going to do when this COVID virus is done. So I was like, that's a really good game. So I'm going to play the same with you guys. Give me one race, one training, something you're going to do, OCR racing related, you cannot wait to do when this is all over. Let's start at the top. Let's go Nat 1.
So I was signed up to do Ultra Trail Vipava Valley, or however you say it, which was going to be the weekend before Slovenia. So it's been rearranged till next year now, but that looks amazing. So I'm really looking forward to going out and doing that.
And what is that? Sorry.
So that's there's races on the same weekend around this mountain region in Slovenia, ranging. I think the shortest one's like 10 or 15k, up to the longest one's 150 miles. And I was signed up to the 30. I signed up to the 30k race. So that'll be my first beyond half marathon, and it just looked amazing. Really, really nice.
Nice.
Man. I'll caveat that, like, Slovenia, if you've never been there, and Luke will testify my wedding, is the most beautiful country on the planet. And if you want some raw trails, that is the place to go to.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to going there. That was my kind of most favourite looking forward to race. And that's be my first kind of trail non-OCR race as well.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Luke?
I'm looking forward to Europe's Toughest Mudder still. Still think that would be a really fun race doing that. Something a bit different. Obviously, we got all the Spartans. Hopefully, they're still going to be. But yeah, Europe's Toughest Mudder. I think that'd be fun.
Tash?
It's really boring, isn't it? I'm looking forward to Austin.
Ian?
Hopefully nothing different. I think all of the stuff we had to look forward to was the second half of the year anyway, so hopefully it'll all be on. And training wise, I'm going to the lakes in August to do that Abraham's tea round.
Nice.
Are you? The lake's going to be open?
Well, it's meant to be going in May, but now we're going August, so hopefully that'll be a bit of a challenge.
And also, that's another amazing place to go, isn't it? The lakes is incredible. I love the lakes. Ian, come on, give us your favourite race you can't look forward to going to.
I just want to start racing again. I travel a lot, and like I need social interaction and seeing friends and racing, and it is brutal. Like
I've not seen another person in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I said hi to someone from 20 feet away yesterday. I was pretty excited.
Yes! Did you blow him a kiss?
We said words at each other. We made jokes. It was great. I'm just excited to get back to racing. Like I work from home and do most of my workouts on my own anyway, so that portion is pretty normal.
Yeah.
But like Seattle, like I went down to San Luis Obispo in California to have a race. That got canceled as I was down there. We were supposed to have Seattle tomorrow, part of the U.S. National Series. That's canceled. So I just want to go racing again and like train. It's very difficult to train for nothing right now. I'm still doing it, but the motivation's a struggle. Some days.
And that's coming from someone like yourself. Do you think it's worse, Ian, that you did Jacksonville, or do you think it's worse that or for us that haven't done a race yet?
I think for me personally, it's worse because I had an absolute shit showing there. Like I did so bad. And that's the only race I've done this year. And it was terrible.
Yeah.
So the people who have done a race though, it's probably they're like, oh, I did a race and it went really well. Whereas I'm now like, I had that one terrible race and all I want to do is go race better.
Yeah, that's harsh. Come on then, John. What are you going to do? Like a 1,000-mile race with a fridge on your back, or?
Well, at the current moment, fingers crossed, because I very much doubt it's going to happen. I'm going to be running 100 miles in June. So
June? No.
Yeah, no.
You still think no?
Yeah, I think August.
I'll tell you what. In 1 week, I got told I might be going. So this is like 3 weeks ago. So in 1 week, this all happened to me. 2 of my races got cancelled within 2 days, postponed. I then found out about my work potentially putting me on furlough leave, and I just went like, "What the fuck is the point of training?" Like, just totally, just like lost like 2 days of just total motivation just went out the fucking window. So now I'm just like, the race is happening, and mentally, if it gets pushed back to October, that's fine. But right now, I just need to focus on the fact it's happening in June and getting out every day and doing the work that needs to be done now so that in 3 months' time, I'm not fucked up from getting 50 miles through Snowdonia and going, what? I've got to do another 50? Are you fucking joking me? So,
I said to the boys the other day, everybody's saying, I don't know what I'm training for. There's no races. I don't feel like that. I'm carrying on. I don't know. I don't feel like I've lost motivation. I think maybe I enjoy training.
Yeah, I think, and that's what we did say the other day. Like, you don't realize until you can do it, how much you like training.
I think it's the focus. I think it's also just like, it's more what I'm finding hard was the focus. It was like that direction of like, right, I'm training for this reason, you know, where now it's like, I'm kind of training because I enjoy training. It had to reset that mindset.
Yeah.
You know,
John,
the crucial part.
I know a really good bowl guy that can help you out.
Don't worry.
I'll send you his number.
Conversation with him. That's why
What about you, Dave? What are you looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to getting back to the season, to be honest. Plus, my main goal is just to go injury-free this year. So, 2 years of calf dramas. 2 years of calf dramas has been an absolute nightmare.
Oh, peg leg Dave.
If you want to talk about that,
the one we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
What's that, Ian?
I do consults for things like that, Dave, if you want to talk.
There you go.
And
what we're waiting for.
Reduced price of $300.
It's only $60 an hour. But most times
it's like 20 quid UK.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Jack's mum, what are you most looking forward to?
Jack winning the UK series.
I'm looking forward to cooking for Jack. Loves his food. He's very, very hungry.
Why is my mum the queen?
Hello, Jack.
I would say, and I have to say what Ian said. I think, like, now it's getting to the point whereas, like, I want to see someone else like enjoy the same thing as like I do. Like, I
miss you guys.
Yeah.
Do you don't like quality time with your wife?
Oh, I love quality time with my wife. Yeah.
Okay, this is how sad it is. This is my quality time with people. Jack and Luke, this is my quality time.
Zoom calling.
Zoom calling.
Natasha,
I don't.
But it's a reality for the minute for a lot of people, though. You know,
I do not want to go until freaking August without seeing someone.
I think you might have to, darling.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I live on my own, going slightly stir crazy. I've actually got another Zoom call booked after this one with all my friends who I normally hang out with. We're going to have like a stay-at-home pub session this afternoon.
Dude, we know you live on your own because you've got a squat rack in your living room. Ian has to leave his skis outdoors. You get to put it in your living room.
Yeah. I can't really see it. I've got all my weights set up in my living room.
There you go. That's a typical. I live
right. I have two last questions.
Go.
Number one, for the people that are living with people, and also from the other perspective, Nat, who's got it better? Living on your own, where you can do whatever you want, or being stuck in with one other person for months?
Oh no, it's with another person is way better.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, the company.
Yeah, Tash, I'm with you. I think I'm happy to be. I'm glad I'm not stuck in with someone. Yeah.
I mean, it gets hard for sure. Like, we've had some definite arguments.
Let's hear about these.
I can play board games and I can like interact and I can't imagine parents though. If I had a 3-year-old or like a super small child or like even just child or teenagers, that would be brutal. That would be so hard.
I'm also not saying I think that I'm in the better position at all, because
I think a lot depends on your personality and who you are. You know, if you're comfortable, like for me personally, because I do a lot of these stupid fucking individual endurance races, if I'm by myself for a long time, I can put up with my own personal company. But at the same time,
talking to his death race head like,
yeah.
I think the only time it's going to be a challenge.
Can't deal with it.
Yeah.
The only time I think I'm going to struggle is if we can't go out. At the minute, I'm keeping my routine. I'm getting out for my run every morning. That's keeping me sane. But I think if they say you're not leaving the house for 2 weeks, I think I might go a bit.
Now it would just be in the dark, like.
Well, you'll turn on Zoom and she'll be there like, hey,
like this, rocking in a chair like this.
And my last question is, Jack, what's the 8 o'clock tomorrow? What's in store?
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, OCR. No, it's not OCR. It's my Weekenders online class, yeah.
Which is what sort of stuff?
Well, to give you an idea, it's more fun. So it's fun-based fitness. So last week I had them challenges, like I paired them up in their Zoom group. So they're squares together. So whoever they were next to had to go and do as many steps in 5 minutes as they possibly could, for instance, which was hilarious. So just things like that. So it's fun fitness, really. So, but there's a good group.
Is that like Joe Wick? Is that like what it is?
I'm far better looking. I've kicked Joe's ass, Wick.
Joe Wick ass?
I love that. That's my claim to fame. Every time he comes on the internet, I'm like, I kicked his ass at the stadion.
Last Friday.
That boy is fucking making some walla.
Mate, yeah.
A million views a video.
Yeah, but he's donating 80% of that to NHS.
Good for him.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
Which I can't. I was really slating him. Then I was like, okay, I'm really sorry. That was good. But yeah, and coming back right round to where we started with the whole this thing is what I don't like with that thing is if you were like, for instance, a CrossFit gym, and then all of a sudden you become this online PT. I'm kind of like, fuck off, get off my turf. You know, like if it's what you did initially.
You're not online. You're in
no.
You're just online.
I'm still a PT, and what I'm saying is I haven't changed the way I do things. Whereas a CrossFitter wouldn't be online initially, would he? Doing burpees and squat jumps and
you know they do online competitions all the time, yeah.
Yeah, but that requires people having requires top level athletes having proper equipment. What I'm seeing right now is like people lifting bricks in their garden. That's not CrossFit. That's OCR.
Or it's just a UK gym get a workout.
Yeah, get a gym because we can't buy a damn thing in England right now. I've got one last question, John. When you go for a run, like what's your like point of where you go, oh my god, that's a long run? Like at what point do you trigger? Because the only reason I say this. Dark. Yeah, at what point do you go, this is too long?
What do you mean by like too long?
Well, for instance, I'll give you an idea. Okay, so my last few runs.
Sense, or do you mean in a race wise?
Well, no, training sense, because this week since COVID virus, right, I've gone out. I've gone right. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to do as many miles as I can sensibly. Yeah, get a bit more mileage in. And now, like, whereas before, when I very first started, 3 or 4 miles is a long freaking way for me. Trust me. Now I'm getting in and going, well, I think nothing of a 13-mile run. You know, you must think I think nothing of a 50-miler.
Not in training. Wouldn't do that in training.
Well, saying that, I did 32 miles last week. Well, over the course of the weekend, I did 50 miles over the weekend, 50k over the weekend. So I work in kilometers, not miles.
Oh, right. I set you off. Laters. Bye.
Well, no, it's like in my head, I can't visualize what a mile is. Like it's a fucking distance, you know. I know it sounds stupid.
Oh no, this is brilliant. Go on, carry on.
This is like Jack saying women don't have scapulars.
Yep, that's what it is.
No, but in my head, I know what 400 meters is on a running track, so I can use that as a visualization to know. What
there's 4 of them in a mile.
But now I do know that.
It's 2.5 in a K. What's that?
But also, I've only ever all my pacing, all I've ever trained with is kilometers. So for me, you know, it's also the other thing. It cross laterally. It changes onto.
John, you're making Ian yawn. Get to the end.
Yeah, come on, it's dinner time.
That glass of wine is hitting me. It's
No,
and also 12 o'clock.
On maps, all maps are done in kilometers. So it's like if I work in miles, it fucks up my pacing for one.
John, answer the question. What's the long run?
But no,
kilometers is too long.
Long run, it's whatever I need to get work done wise. But like as soon as you start getting into the 6-hour category, I'm like, fuck, this is getting long now, you know. But I went 4 hours 10 last weekend and was like, got about 3.5 hours in. Was like, this is a bit shit. But you know, I can go out for a 5k and go, this is a bit shit. 2K in, so.
You've probably got a point there, to be fair.
I thought this is a bit shit on my first hill rep this morning.
But that's the thing, like it's all relative, you know. Like I have so many mates of mine go, how the fuck do you go out and run 100K? How do you go and do 72 hours in the death race? And I always say, it's like, no matter what, going from a simple 400 meters around a running track to running 100 kilometers, you still at every point your brain goes,
Ian's going to shoot you because you're going on too long.
You know? that's
I'm not sure virtual phone call, conference call, a bullet can work that way. I'm sorry to tell you, Tash.
Ian, is that a gun?
It is a pellet gun.
Or are you very pleased to see us?
God.
That doesn't look like what mine looks like.
That's huge.
Let's just put the audio out of this.
Yeah.
Literally, you're going to cut that and it's just going to be me going to Ian. That's huge.
My dog is very excited about a small mammal known as a vole, so I'm going to go try and shoot it because that is what my life is resolved to here in Cornwall.
I'm going to go and eat my dinner, not a vole.
Well, I'm getting hungry too, so I'm off.
Yeah.
Dave.
Ian, we want to see an Instagram of the mole like this.
Mole, not mole.
Mole, very different than mole.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was a roll. I want to see it dead.
I will try and get it.
Please.
We're going to get all the animal rights activists on our podcast.
It's going to be like Tiger King all over.
I haven't watched that yet. No spoilers.
I live in Idaho, so they really don't care here.
Yeah, they kill kids and everything. Oh.
I didn't say that.
Right. Lovely to see you all.
Peace.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.